Good morning, Bruce and James. Thanks for joining in. Can you guys hear me okay? Let's see here. Is my audio on? Looking for someone to put in the chat. There we go. All right. Thanks for joining, James, Bruce, and I see Suburban Florida Outdoors. Hello and good morning. We're actually outdoors in Florida too. Florida just disappeared for a few days. It was trying to do its best impersonation of Alaska, but it's back. Yesterday was 60 something. Today is going to be close to 80. It's a little overcast, but it's going to be much more like Florida weather and motorcycle riding weather and going out and doing some fun than the 30-degree weather we had just the other day. So I just decided to go live this morning for kind of an impromptu session. And I mentioned mystery guest. I'm looking to have anyone that would like to come online with me as my mystery guest. So I'm going to post a link. And if you'd like to join, feel free to join in. If not, you can just continue on the chat and we'll do some question and answer that way. Hey, Henry Does It. I think I know you. What's up with you? Henry Does It happens to be my daughter who lives in Colorado, Fort Collins, Colorado, and she actually has her own channel as well, doing all kinds of makeup and beauty things. Are you still doing the food stuff, Jessica, or just makeup lately? You want to fly down Florida? There we go. Shows me back. So Suburban Florida Outdoors, what are you guys all about? I don't think we've met before. I know James. I think Bruce and I have met on a live before. I may be mistaken about that. And of course, I know my daughter Jessica. Henry does it quite well. Who else is in the room? Anybody want to come in and join and have a one-on-one chat session? If you have a headset, just click on that link and come on in and let's have a little bit of an interview. What's the temperature where everybody's at? Obviously, we've got Howling Fun, RV Adventures. I think you guys are, did you say you're back in Tennessee, Alabama, somewhere back east of Florida? Thanks for joining. How's the pups today? As I said, I just put together this this chat as kind of a impromptu surprise live session. I'm looking for any mystery guest that wants to join. They just click that link and come on in, and I can add you to the chat, and we can talk about things travel related, pet related. Pretty much, I'm open to any topic. 23, James. I don't want to be there. That's cold. Ah, spoiled bulldog Lily, Suburban Florida Outdoors. That's awesome. And we are we're in Bushnell, Florida, We are primarily here to kind of ride motorcycles and just enjoy the nice weather, but definitely open to anything fun that you'd like to share with us that we might need to try. And, maybe a good pathway where we can see some nature on the motorcycles. I think we're looking at doing some airboating. And hey, Captain Jack and North Star Great Danes, thanks for joining. So I think actually this weekend we're going to go to a chili cook-off and barbecue competition at the Gator Harley dealership in Leesburg. So that should be a lot of fun. They got live music and things like that. Oh, I see that. Hair is all who did it and ran. That I haven't heard that before. That's a good one. We could always like do a green screen or something. Hide your PJs or something. Yeah, having fun. I had I'm using a webcam on my Mac. I have two Macs. I've got an older Mac and I've got a newer one through my work. And my older one is really poor quality, but this one seems to be pretty good. James, we're not at a bike rally. Obviously there's a big one going on in Daytona coming up here pretty soon. We may take a ride over to the other side of Florida and go to that bike rally, but they're so busy over there. I'm not sure if we will or not. We're really just kind of riding with friends, small group riding. We try to get out every couple days or so, and then on the weekends, take a pretty long ride if possible. Yeah, it was pretty foggy here. It's cleared up here in Bushnell quite a bit, and I think that actually you can probably see behind me the sun's starting to brighten up over there. The sun's trying to peek out, so it should be a nice day. I've got a break for from about 11 Eastern time, which is normally when I start my day, because I actually work on Pacific time. Sorry, my wife's telling me about breakfast, and I'm all about the breakfast food. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, work. So we'll probably take a ride for a few hours today from maybe 11 to 1, and then I'll come back and get all my work duties done. Jeep Wrangler. We have a Jeep as well. And there is some type of Jeep festival that we saw, I think, in February that we may check out as well. I can't remember where it's at in Florida. It's a kind of a small Jeep extravaganza or something like that. Bike week in Daytona, we may go there, but like you say, it's crazy, so we may avoid it as well and just go a different time to Daytona. Breakfast for dinner. Yes, we used to do that quite a bit when the kids were home. And we didn't really eat breakfast much then, so that was kind of when we ate our breakfast. We would usually, I've never been one to really crave breakfast, but the RV lifestyle, for some reason, when we started traveling full time and Chris would get up and make a breakfast burrito or something like that, I've kind of gotten the habit of eating some breakfast. Still looking for any mystery guest that wants to come on and have a discussion. I'm actually going to turn my chair around because now the sun's popping out and it's messing with my picture. So let me turn it around here. There we go. Now you can see my face and our new to us RV behind us. So if anybody wants to come online, I can interview you. You can tell us about your channel. Or you guys can interview me. We can pick a topic, talk about it. We can ask people that are in the chat questions. Obviously, it's all about kind of the community of meeting others, learning from them, growing with them. We're having a good time with it. Chris and I are going to actually go live, scheduled live, next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time to talk about what to do with your pets when you're traveling. It really could apply to anybody. You don't necessarily have to be traveling. There's a few things we'll talk about on there, like pet sitting through rover.com or pet boarding through rover.com. Some ways you can get local boarding if you're going to be in the area for a little while at a reduced rate. Some of the tips and tricks we've done there, and also some of the locations we've stayed at have had pet sitter ads on the community board. So there's a few different things we've done, and we'll share our experiences that we've done there. North Star Great Danes, what's our new RV? We got last September, towards the end of September, when we were out in Seattle. Actually, we just posted a video a couple weeks ago about that process. It was kind of a change of plans last fall. We were planning on buying it here at the Tampa RV show, but we found one that we liked, and we couldn't wait. So we bought a Newmar Canyon Star 3927 toy hauler, so we can fit our new to us Harleys in the back of it as well. Good morning, just about now, just out and about. I'm not sure if we're connected. I don't think we've talked if we are. So thanks for coming in. More fam fun, RV travel. I know I'm following you guys. Thanks for joining. Hope you stick around for Jeep Beach in Daytona this summer. We will not be here this summer. We actually leave at the end of March. We will be heading back to St. Louis for a little bit of spring, and we're going to show some things in our local neighborhood that we haven't shared content on. And then we are going to head out west. So we're going to take our grandkids this summer, 5 of our 7, any of them that are over 3, we're going to take to the Pacific Northwest to see basically where Chris grew up and where our daughters spent the early part of their life, and where some of our relatives, my father-in-law, Chris's dad, lives out there. And it's just beautiful out in the Northwest. So we traveled out there last year. This year we're going to take the grandkids out there. So that should be a lot of fun. And then we're going to, once we get them back from, we're going to come all the way back, bring them back so they can go to school, and then we're going to turn around and go back out west. So we'll go out to the coast, and we're probably going to do California all the way up to Oregon, Seattle, travel there, see some really cool stuff along the coast. Yeah, more fam fun. There is a lot of fun things to do in St. Louis. I grew up there, so it's so many things that are you hear are fun or must do's that I haven't even done, just because you kind of take your local area for granted. But I think we're gonna plan to go down to like Johnson Shut-ins, Elephant Rocks, which is beautiful area in Missouri. You don't think about crystal clear water a lot of time, or at least I don't, because when I lived there and I went to rivers, they were only muddy rivers, and I swam in them as a kid, and we didn't care. But if you go down to, I think it's Iron County, where Johnson Shut-ins and Elephant Rocks, there's some beautiful streams that are crystal clear down that way. We also plan to do things like Merrimack Caverns. We will be coming up here shortly with a special episode about and I don't want to reveal it, but it's going to be a very humorous episode about this small sort of town that is on 44 when you're heading down towards Joplin. And I don't want to spoil it, but it'll probably be coming up next month sometime. I'll post that content, and it should be quite hilarious. Suburban, we are going to be going probably all the way up to Seattle, north of Seattle as well, and then we'll spend a lot of time in the Olympic National Forest. We have relatives that live in Woodland, and also that live in Cougar and Washougal, Washington as well. So we'll be stopping by and seeing all of them, and then probably heading down the coast, going to places like Tillamook, Seaside, Lincoln City, Cannon Beach, some of those places, and on down through California. Ernie Hatmaker, thanks for joining. We just connected the other day on a different live, I believe. Thanks for coming in on ours. Hello, Haley family. You have a call at 10. I can understand that. Usually I have calls starting around 10 or 11 every day as well, but thanks for coming in, Haley family. And again, I think Suburban Outdoors is going to jump on and have a one-on-one chat here in a little bit, changing clothes, fixing up their hair. But anybody else that wants to join in, we can pull you on as well. Appreciate everybody coming into the live this morning. if we haven't seen our videos or you haven't heard us on a live before, Chris and I really started this channel more to pay it forward and help others and connect with other people. So we're not actively in a huge rush to get monetized. I'm not even sure if we're going to request it, just because we're really approaching this as an informal hobby type thing. Whereas, but a lot of the others that are on here that are going live regularly and they have their content, they're on a focus to, kind of make this what they do and make this more of a professional thing. So anytime that you want to support the people that are in the chat here, there's a few channels that really help promote others. James Catanese is on almost on all these lives and knows a lot of the, especially the RV travel community and a lot of YouTube creators. So it's a really fun community. So just connecting with people is really, really the funnest part. Thanks, Howling Fun. Hit that like button. Yes, that helps us for sure. Not going to the Forks. We may. My wife pretty much does all the kind of planning and navigation. I might tell her someplace that I want to be or an event that I want to go to, but she really does all of the planning, and then I just kind of work my job on the side to help support us so we can go where we want. I'm very fortunate to be able to have an employer that doesn't care where I'm at as long as I can have good internet, do video conferences, and get the job done. They pretty much allow me to work from anywhere. As I mentioned earlier, I support the Pacific Coast, so the Pacific time zone. So somewhat in the Mountain time zone, I support Colorado as well, but most of the activity and customers that I'm visiting and working with are between let's say Southern California and Seattle, some in Phoenix as well, and then some in Denver, but pretty much that entire area. But I spend a lot of time on calls with people in California, and I also have to travel out there from time to time. So our team is out of the Super Bowl, and I think James, your team that beat our team, I think you're a Packers fan, is out of the Super Bowl. We have some friends that and relatives that love the 49ers, and of course, being from St. Louis, a lot of friends love the Chiefs. We like them both. So for us, the Super Bowl is not going to be very stressful because we really are just going to enjoy probably a seafood boil and have some good food, snacks, and enjoy the game. Yeah, James, that's right. Jerry Holly and James have put together a YouTube guide for live channels Monday through Sunday, or is that Monday, Thursday, Sunday, or Monday through Sunday? I think it is Monday through Sunday. So he's basically tracking all of the people that are doing regular lives. We aren't going regular yet. We're going to do some special pop-ups like this when I have time. I'll probably try to do this one once a week on a morning where I'm not busy and just get to know people. Kind of a surprise mystery guest meetup if everybody likes it. And then when we have a nice topic that we want to talk about, we'll schedule it, and it could be on a Wednesday or a Thursday to Tuesday, depending on my travel schedule. I'm not sure what day, right? We picked Wednesday this time, and I talked to Camper Life, who is actually the first live we ever attended. Camper Life is a great channel. William is the guy that runs that channel, and he goes live every Wednesday at around 8:30 or 8:30 p.m. I think through normally 10. He's usually on for about an hour and a half, but he's scaling that back a little bit. And I talked to him about going on 9, which is right in the middle of his next week, and he said go for it. So we will just kind of, his will start, I'll join his, and then I'll start mine up a little half hour later. And those of you that want to pop back and forth or join one, depending on the topic that we're talking about, that would be great. But I'm trying to avoid any of the others, especially ones that we're very close to. Howling Fun's looking at setting up a regular time to go live as well. They've got, it's 5, right? Is it 5 Huskies or 3 Huskies? So we wanted to see them down at the RV show, but we were only there for a day, and we got absolutely wore out, and weren't able to come back through the RV boondocking community where everybody was staying and meet some of the other people. We only got to meet two channels down there, Finding Our Someday, and also we bumped into MJ and Izzy from Endless RVing. Three. She has three huskies. So recently we posted sorry, just checking something else here. Recently we posted a few different episodes. A funny episode we posted was around the pet setting that we had with Rover. So that's timely. We're going to go live and talk about that next week, next Wednesday. But we had a pet setting incident or experience, I guess. It wasn't really an incident. It was an experience where we dropped the dogs off, and whenever we took them in, the place smelled a little like marijuana, if you will. The guy was definitely a little calm and laid back, and definitely his eyes is what sold me. But he was a very nice guy, and they did a great job at watching our kids. So we just kind of discussed that when we got back in the car, and it's a pretty funny one. I think it's called Stone Pet Setter. We also capture our first experience renting motorcycles before we bought with Eagle Rider. So if any of you are motorcycle enthusiasts and want to rent when you're traveling and you don't have your motorcycles with you, that's a great option. Or if you're thinking about getting a motorcycle and you want to try it, take your motorcycle test or get your certification and then join that program to rent the models so you know whether you're going to like it before you go spend the money on a particular model of motorcycle. It's a pretty good option for that. And then we also shown one where Chris fell in love with a motorcycle, and again, we weren't supposed to. The plan we originally had was motorhome at the Tampa RV show, motorcycles shortly after, and then a Jeep for our tow vehicle. We flipped that on its head, and actually, there was an episode we just posted recently as well that explains that, where we found our new motorhome, which you can see behind me. It's the Canyon Star toy hauler. Chris found our motorcycle actually before we bought the motorhome, which is what put this whole plan in place to figure out how to make it happen. And then I bought my motorcycle, and then we bought a tow behind Jeep as well. Do they have trike for rent? I think so. I think they have scooters. I think they have trikes, and I think they have motorcycles as well. So they have all different types of those types of vehicles at different Eagle Riders. There's lots of Eagle Rider locations. And if you do decide to join one of the membership programs, we have a code you can see in that video. If you enter that code, you will get an extra credit towards a rental. So that will give you one extra bonus credit if you join up using our code. Hi, Barbara. Thanks for jumping in and joining. Again, we're still waiting for anyone that wants to be our mystery guest. I posted a link in the chat here. And anybody that wants to come on and discuss a topic, we can do so for a few more minutes. There's the link. Thanks for watching that video, Captain Jack. I think I binge watched your channel about a week and a half ago, shortly after we met 2 weeks ago. Good stuff. 3 dogs, and you're still in puppy life. How old are your puppies, did you say? Let's see here. Having fun. You've got 3 puppies or 3 dogs. And what are the ages of your dogs again? And then More Fam Fun has 2 puppies and just got a German Shepherd puppy. So that should be a whole lot of fun. Our grandson Landon loves German Shepherds, but he's not quite old enough yet to save up and have his own dog. Our granddaughter Peyton actually did last year. You may have saw some of the older episodes where Peyton saved up for close to 2 years because she wanted a red husky, and her parents basically surprised her by finding a husky and got her a husky for Christmas. And then she used the money she had saved up to buy the kennels and all of the supplies and things like that. So it was a pretty cool experience. And then we took Athena, her husky, along with our two dogs this past summer to Colorado, and that was a whole lot of fun. 2 or 6 months, and Nala is just over here. Oh wow, they are still in the puppy phase. Nice. So our huskies just turned. Our husky Presley just turned 8. We got her when she was about a year old. We rescued her. GM Barbara. I thought maybe you were a general manager, but that's good morning. So, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Barbara. Sometimes on these chats, you read them outside of context. Just like text. If you're texting and you want to say something important, you're probably best talking to the person on the phone or in person because you can't get the tone and context of the text. You have a service dog, James? That's awesome. Actually, we would love to connect with a service dog organization. For those of you that might not be aware, we started a podcast a couple months ago, and the podcast is focused on highlighting specific charities, really any charity that's paying it forward or are doing good. Our channel is all about positivity. And so we have focused on some pet charities in the beginning. We'll have one coming up pretty soon that I'm excited about that is with a patriotic service member organization. We're looking for a service dog charity that we can support and do a podcast with. So if you'd like to learn more about our podcast, you can actually get to those podcasts from our website, which is pauseeffect.com. I'll share it in the chat. All of our social media is there referenced on our website, including some of the partners, charity partners that we support, along with our podcast. I think we have maybe 3 posted, and we'll be posting 2 more in the next couple of weeks. And James, if you have a great story about your service dog or anything with charitable causes, foundations that help people, that help the environment, help animals, I think it'd be great to have you on a podcast as well. Howling Fun says it'd be fun to have a charity. It'd be great to find a charity to support. We've got a few of them on our website, and we've showcased a few there. So there was a cool husky rescue that actually our last podcast that we just posted, Husky Haven of Florida. It had a great story about a dog named Dallas, which was one of their early disabled or handicapped. They call them handicapables. They have a handicapables program where when this dog has disabilities, and they foster them and try to find a home for them. And they're just on that podcast. There's this great story about this dog named Dallas, and that was Husky Haven of Florida. And they're a good one. We support all of the charities that come on. We support them, with a small donation as well as some promotions of making their charity aware. We met some really cool ones at the Tampa RV show that we're going to have on the podcast. We went to a manatee festival here, so we're going to try to get somebody on from that Save the Manatee organization that was started by Jimmy Buffett actually years ago to save the manatees here in Florida. Thank you for your service, James. Truly appreciate it. We're going to have probably 2 weeks from now, we'll be posting a podcast with, well, I'll go ahead and tell people here. It's with the Honor Network. So it's about the Honor Flag. It has a great story behind it. The founder, they traveled for many years. They weren't RV travelers, but a couple of years ago, they actually transitioned to RV travel. And so they travel around with their Honor Flag and their Honor Network story to bring awareness to honoring our service members and making sure that I think their real focus is making sure that some of the political stances of people maybe not agreeing with certain initiatives, our service members should still be honored. They're serving the country. They don't make the decisions on where we go. They just go and put themselves in the line of danger over and over again, and should be honored regardless of where you stand on the political issues. At least that's their opinion, and we agree with that opinion. Howling Fun, you might have seen them. We met them at the Tampa RV show. They were in the Grand Design booth, so that might be where you heard about them. That's where we met them. Okay, guys, I think I've kind of exhausted what I was going to do. We're going to have to wait till next time, I guess, to have a mystery guest. We're a little over a half an hour in. Suburban Florida had some technical difficulties, but we'll try this again, maybe one morning next week. So I'll just pop up the invite the morning that I'm going to do it, and hopefully all of you can join. I really appreciate everybody joining today. You can interact with us on any of our social media platforms. We're typically known as Pause and Effect. And we have a website as well that I put in the link, pauseeffect.com, PAWZEFFECT.com. And our email is also contact us at pauseeffect.com. Oh, Jessica, you were going to come on? Are you ready? I think you're lying to me because you don't even show your face on FaceTime when you call me. You just show me your beautiful babies. Are you serious? I think the lots of laughs says no. All right. Well, I'm going to call it a day and have some breakfast and get ready for work. Thanks for downsizing. Thanks for joining in. We're just about ready to jump off this live for this morning, but we're going to have another one next week. This one was pretty successful, so I was really had a lot of fun. Next time, I hope to get some mystery guests on board. You actually, oh, you had to download it, huh, Jessica? Okay. Well, be ready next time, and I will let you know, Jessica, ahead of time so that you can be ready because I'd love to have you on. We in most of the RV channels. I haven't seen many beauty channels that join the RV community. We've got some silver coin channels. We've got, pet channels. There's really a good cross section of quite a few different channels. There she is, Beyond Beauty. I was going to mention Beyond Beauty just the other day. I made a connection with Beyond Beauty. That was one of the first beauty channels that I met on the RV live communities that I've been attending. So Beyond Beauty, meet Henry Does It. She also has kind of a hobby beauty channel. You guys would probably enjoy connecting. So until next time, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. But thanks again for everyone for joining, and have a great week.